Step into the forest for what should be a calm bow hunt, but then watch fear take over. As massive creatures emerge from the shadows.
That confined or not confined, but that little thicket over there.
From charging bears to towering legends.
Let's go. Get out of here.
These 5 real encounters show the wild can turn deadly in an instant. The quiet of the forest felt heavy as the bow hunter moved through the trees with slow and careful steps. The heat pressed down on him and sweat rolled along his neck while insects hummed in the distance. The mood suddenly shifted. Movement flickered between the trees ahead. A massive black bear stepped into view, its body low and tense. For a brief moment, both stood still, locked in a silent stare. That moment never came. The bear charged without warning. The ground seemed to shake as it rushed forward with shocking speed. Pure instinct took over as the hunter raised his bow, though his hands shook hard from fear. There was no time to think, no time to run, and no clear escape through the thick forest around him. The bear slammed into him, sending them crashing to the forest floor. Branches snapped, dirt flew, and the quiet woods erupted into chaos. He fought back, clawing and kicking with desperate strength, finally breaking free from the attack. Bleeding and exhausted, he staggered away as the bear finally backed off and disappeared into the trees. The hunter survived, but the encounter stayed with him. He later said the forest no longer felt peaceful, only powerful and always watching. This encounter takes a dangerous turn when hunters face large, wild animals. During this hunt, a bow hunter and his guide tracked a Cape buffalo early in the morning. Cape buffalo are known for their size, strength, and aggressive nature, which makes every encounter risky.
So what we're going to do is we're going to head out again. We're going to look for tracks. Hopefully they are in the thicker stuff this morning than yesterday in that open spots. So yeah, good luck. I saw you shot this morning as well. Your grouping looked good. I'm happy. You look confident.
I warmed up a little bit this morning.
The hunters followed fresh tracks through thick vegetation and eventually spotted a large buffalo resting nearby. The distance between them was very short, which required calm focus and careful movement.
Animals, so many eyes, so it's difficult to evade all of them. But you're really good at what you do, and I'm confident that we're going to get into the buffalo today, and hopefully I can do my job.
When the hunter released his arrow, it struck the buffalo in a vital area and caused serious injury.
So we knew, he was kind of in that confined or not confined, but that...
Instead of running away, the buffalo reacted by charging straight toward the hunters. The sudden attack forced everyone to move quickly to avoid danger. These actions helped prevent serious injuries or death.
Thicket over there, let me state it that way. And then...
After the buffalo ran away, the group waited before following the trail. This step was important for safety because injured animals can still be dangerous. When they tracked the buffalo again, they found it had collapsed due to its injuries.
Your first arrow punctured him perfect. It couldn't have been better. Quartering away shot right into the lungs. It might have been into...
This encounter shows how dangerous bow hunting can be, especially with powerful animals. If you thought that was disturbing, wait until the next encounter. This deep woods bow hunting trip quickly turned tense. A hunter sat in a tree stand while another man filmed nearby. The forest seemed calm at first, yet 2 young black bears soon appeared and began moving closer with slow curiosity. Both bears were around 2 years old and weighed close to 150 pounds. The first bear behaved calmly and showed simple interest in the area. The second bear, however, acted very differently. As the distance closed, the hunter stayed still and watched closely. The aggressive bear continued forward with stiff movements and clear warning behavior. At that moment, the situation shifted from curiosity to danger. The decision was made to use bear spray as a last line of defense. When the spray was released, it created an instant barrier between the hunters and the charging bear. The bear stopped its advance and quickly retreated into the forest. The incident also caused an unexpected side effect. The hunter closest to the spray inhaled some of the fumes, which caused strong coughing and burning sensations. This encounter highlights how fast a bow hunting situation can change and why proper safety tools like bear spray play a critical role in wilderness survival. In the heart of Tennessee's Cherokee National Forest, where fog drapes over hills like a ghostly blanket and shadows stretch long among towering trees, a lone hunter climbed into his stand for what should have been a routine morning bow hunt.
Place in Tennessee, in the Cherokee National Forest, which is 655,000 acres of beautiful forests. And this is where Shane liked to go deer hunting. He would go bow hunting.
On September 22nd, 2014, Shane parked his truck along a remote road and worked his way through the brush to reach his tree stand 16 feet above the forest floor. The fog was heavy, reducing visibility to barely 50 feet, and the valley around him seemed to disappear into a pale, floating mist.
Figured out he could find a deer trail and then find a good tree above this deer trail and put his portable deer stand there. He would go into this location. It was usually early in the morning in the fall. It was usually foggy, misty.
Soft owl calls began echoing through the mist, low and measured at first. Shane recognized the rhythm, knew the time of day, and what a normal forest soundscape should be. Yet soon, the calls grew unnaturally loud and discordant, spreading through the fog in ways that made his skin prickle.
And it's foggy and misty like this. It's just a very spooky feeling because you're just kind of in your own little world and the fog is out there and you can't see what's going on beyond it.
His instinct screamed that these sounds were a lure, a distraction meant to draw attention away from something else moving silently through the underbrush.
Straight north, hearing this, and it's getting louder. And he's thinking, this is not right, and it sounds like someone or something is mimicking.
Then, the impossible happened. Something grabbed the back of his left foot. Shane's heart leapt into his throat as he looked down and came face to face with a massive creature.
Something grabbed his left foot, back of his foot. It startled him so much he almost jumped out of the tree stand. He turned and looked down, and he was staring into the face of this large Sasquatch.
The creature held him briefly, almost as a warning, then released his foot and retreated along the trail, disappearing into the swirling mist. Shane sat frozen, trembling, unable to process what had just occurred.
It didn't hang on to him very long, just a few seconds, just enough to get his attention. And in that moment, he realized that these owl sounds were a distraction so this Bigfoot could sneak up behind him and grab him.
For over an hour, Shane remained in his stand, shaken and disoriented, before carefully descending and making his way back to the truck. The Cherokee National Forest, a place of beauty and solitude, had revealed a terrifying truth. Legends can walk among the living, and in the thick fog of the wilderness, reality and myth can blur into one unforgettable moment. The morning started quietly as the hunting party drifted down the calm river, surrounded by the towering forests of a place famous for massive bears. Birds called in the trees, water lapped gently against the hull, and the hunters felt alert yet relaxed. Everything seemed peaceful until they rounded a bend and spotted 3 small cubs near the riverbank.
In the river, Fred and his guide Braun surprise a group of 3 small cubs.
At first, they seemed harmless, almost innocent, but instinct immediately warned that danger was close. From the trees, a massive brown bear appeared and charged at them with terrifying speed. In an instant, the calm morning turned into a life or death situation.
Well, that was one.
Let's go. Get out of here. Oh,
Braun reacted instantly, drawing his revolver and firing a shot into the water right in front of the bear. The loud blast shocked the animal, halting its charge and forcing all 4 bears, the mother and her cubs, to retreat back into the woods.
Sometimes we'll have 20.
The hunters were left stunned and shaking, trying to process the intensity of the encounter and the danger they had narrowly avoided.
Did you get that? I would have had a shooter on the next one.
Fred later explained that it was one of the most intense experiences of his life. The sheer size and speed of the bear, the unpredictability of the moment, and the rush of adrenaline made it unforgettable. These hunters survived the impossible, showing the raw and unpredictable power of the wilderness. If these chilling encounters gripped your attention, like, subscribe, and share so more intense and unforgettable bow hunting stories can reach everyone craving the thrill, danger, and awe of the wild outdoors.